Welcome, welcome, welcome to Living in 3D with Janice B. And I'm Janice. For those of you who are joining me for the very first time, I'm glad you're here. For those of you who are tuning in, welcome back. This series of videos that I'm creating is called Living in 3D with Janice B. And you can go back and look at some of the previous videos where I kind of break it down a little bit more. But the 3D stands for dreaming, divining, and doing. Learning how to use dreams, which we all have accessible to us, and because dreams are messages from spirit, uh, messages that we can benefit from because it could be warnings, they can just be spirit just peeping in to say hi, and then we have the divination piece, which whenever we have dreams, it's good to go back and get additional clarification or additional details on the dream, so we can use divination as a way to do that. And then finally, the doing piece, which could involve the use of certain spiritual tools and talismans to help bring about change and to help manifest some of the gifts that spirit is trying to bring to us. So that's what I mean by living life in 3D. So last week in the previous episodes, I shared some dreams with you, some dreams that I had. As I stated before, I took a class called Dream Warriors from IIKDS. I am a student of Chief Amachi, by the way. The school of IIKDS is the International Indigenous Knowledge and Development Society. A lot of wonderful, great classes. And that's one of the first classes that I took where Chief pretty much, taught us all about, how to get more meaning and how to analyze our own dreams. It's a wonderful class. I encourage everyone to take that. And so part of what we had to do for that class is keep a dream journal. So I've just been kind of sharing some dreams over the past few weeks. And I figure that's a great place to start because we all dream. We all may not yet have the ability to divine. We may not all yet have the tools and talismans or the abilities to do spiritual work. And sometimes the doing is, just personal behavioral changes that we have to make. But my point is we all dream. So that's why I started with the dream part. So currently I'm taking a class, level 2 divination. And, in the class, Chief always gives us assignments. It's a very hands-on class. It's a great class. You will definitely put to use the skills that you're learning. So the other night rather, in class, uh, Chief had a few of us, you know, cast to get some interpretation on some dreams that we had. So there was, he called on me. And I was thinking to myself, I hadn't had a dream recently, so I just kind of just did a general cast. And then after everything, you know, was laid out for me, I realized, wait a minute, I had a dream about a week ago that I was scratching my head about. And, I recorded it in my journal and I was just trying to observe because that's a part of what you do, when you dream is to also be very observant about what goes on around you so that you can come back and add additional, findings to your dream journal. Um, so let me just go ahead and share the dream that I had with you. So in this dream that I had, I catch the train to work. I usually get on the train. It's a straight shot. It takes me about, 30 minutes on a good day. I can have a good nap and I don't have to worry about transferring or anything. So in this particular dream that I had, I was on the train and for whatever reason I decided, Janice is going to be creative. I'm going to get off midway and just catch some buses and walk and just take a crazy way to work. So in this dream, I got off. I was catching some buses, transferring, walking, just doing all types of craziness instead of taking the straight direct path. And an older gentleman who I can't recognize, and I didn't recognize him in the dream, but he pulled me to the side and he said, sister, are you okay? And I'm like, well, what do you mean? He says, well, I see you every morning. You get on the you get on the train, you take a straight shot to work and you're there. But I saw you wandering around today, catching up the bus and walking. And I decided to stop you because I was wondering if you were okay. And, I replied to him something about, I'm taking medicine. Maybe I took some medicine and I'm a little drowsy, so I'm not, maybe in a sleepwalking state. Some crazy response I gave him. And then I woke up and, I was trying to think like, what is this dream trying to tell me? And then I realized after I did my cast, yesterday, and let me just give you briefly what came out when I cast for myself. I saw me. It said that I was getting some magical work done in another land. So it showed me here in this land where I am receiving some magical spiritual work that was being done for me in another land. And it showed, that was fine. But also it showed that internally, my own awareness or my own consciousness had negative thoughts. Because it showed like the bad luck and bad money, uh, you know, thoughts that I had, showed up on the map. And that pretty much said that, you're getting work done, magical work done for you in another land, which is working, but internally in your own mind, basically you have some doubts or some negative thoughts. And then, also what showed up on the map was a man, and it showed me being protected by this man, which is saying that yes, this man was doing this work for you, you're protected, it's working, and it's putting you in a state of rapid growth and development towards your goal. And it also showed the ancestors also in that area, and also in the area where the man who I'm protected from, and also the ancestors, they were in an area which pretty much has said, hey, the type of work that you're getting done for yourself is very emotional, and that's true. So to kind of where this makes sense is I'm currently getting some work done with one of my elders in Africa, which is the other land. It's on some personal matters which are very emotional, very emotional type things, and basically the divination was saying you're getting work done, some magic work done, it's working, you're protected, but you need to work on it yourself internally. Get rid of those, any doubts or any, negative thoughts that you may have. And that's what the dream, uh, showed me making things harder for myself, by having these doubts or these, any type of negativity. It's making the journey much more difficult than it needs to be. It doesn't need to be difficult at all. Instead of just taking that straight shot, it showed me making my trip more, longer and more difficult. Instead of taking a shortcut, like people say a shortcut, I was taking a long cut. And, I realized when I sat there and I thought about it, I said, this is like kind of who I am as a person. Is something that I need to work on, because I always have this thing in my mind where I feel like, even though something is sure shot and is working, I always have this thing like, well, what if? And as I was growing up as a child, my mom used to say to me, Janice, don't be such a worrywart. Don't worry, things are going to be fine. So that's, just a process that I need to work on with myself, because everything is fine. Um, it's sort of like we used to say, let go and let God, when you pray for something, coming from the Christian household, when you pray for something, you don't worry about how it's going to, manifest. You just know that it's done. But, that's always been my way, what if? So, basically I was being told from spirit, everything's fine, just relax. These thoughts that you have are internal. There's no bad luck. There's no, thing of bad money. You're not going to, lose all your money. You're not going to have bad luck in this thing. This is internal. That's where it showed up for me. Is this was something going on up here. So it was very refreshing to get that level of clarity. And the do part, so that was the dream, and then the divination gave me clarity. So the doing in this case is a behavioral, just modification, just basically just me letting go and learning how to relax. And like I shared with you earlier, I'm kind of like an anxious person by nature, one that kind of, worries. So I'm learning to like lay back and just kind of, know things are done. So that's pretty much what that dream was about. And, that's the level of clarity that I got from divining. So what I wanted to share also with you all is that Chief has a new class coming up called the African Mystery Series, Part 1. If you go to the IIKDS site, Chief Amachi is doing a class never before offered, where he'll be going to Ghana soon, and he's going to be showing us how to basically create our own spiritual medicine by going out into nature, to create medicines and shrines and tools so that we can actually do the do part in the 3D system. The dreaming part, we all dream, and you can also sign up, like I said, for the Dream Warriors course to learn how to um, analyze your dreams better. And then the divination courses, of course, are offered at IIKDS as well. What I'm willing to do is assist you. I can, interpret. If you have any dreams that you would like for me to interpret, I will be happy to do that free of charge. You just send me an email to jbdivines, that's jbdivines at gmail.com with your information, your name, and as much detail about the dream. And what I will do is I will provide uh, a divination to analyze the dream. I'll record it on a video here, but I won't share any of your, I won't share your name. I'll just, say this person had a dream, blah, blah, blah. So, I'll be happy to do that. Like I said, free of charge. Just, send me a message at jbdivines at gmail.com. And so I look forward to seeing you later in the week. Later on in the week, I'll have, maybe another dream to interpret or some other, useful information. Until then, continue to live in 3D, dream, divine, and do. Talk to you then.